Information Technology Liaison Bureau.
Good morning, everyone. So we're going to be covering the single point of contact training this morning. Each of you should have received the agenda and a copy of the user manual. If you have not received the user manual, then please let us know at the end of the presentation, where we will have a Q&A session, and we'll make sure that you do get one. We have heard that there are going to be some updates to the manual, and when those are completed, we will be sending out a revision. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to just go through the room next and do some introductions to let you know who is here at the Department of Social Services, and then we'll have the SPOC training. Then after that, we will open it up for a question and answer session, and then we will close. So I'll just hand it over to Han. Han, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Roger. Hello and welcome to the TrustLineWebApp Security UI training. My name is Nan Huang. We're glad that everyone was able to join us this morning. This presentation is primarily intended for site administrators. Site administrators are those that serve as the single point of contact and are responsible for creating new user accounts, performing account administration, and also assisting users with access issues. Those that are single point of contact should have received a new user account email similar to the one that you see on screen right now. The email indicates that you have a new user account. It's been created especially for you to log into Security UI. Security UI will be the portal where you would go in and create new general user accounts for the TrustLineWebApp users. You can reach Security UI through the link that's provided in the email. Once you click this link, it will take you to the Security UI login page. So right now I'm going to log in as a single point of contact. When you log into Security UI, it's a two-step verification process. So as the message indicates, you can expect to receive an email address with a particular access code. So we go back to our email inbox and we'll see a new email and a new access code that was just sent to us. We will take that access code and enter it into the site. Once our access code has been verified, we'll gain access into Security UI. And from here, you can click on Manage Users. It's the icon that looks like a person. On this page, you are now presented with a list of current TrustLineWebApp user accounts for your respective county. Right now, we don't have any users, but we will be creating some new ones in a moment. The list includes active, pending, locked, and deleted accounts. Active accounts are users that have successfully activated their account. A pending account is a new user that still needs to complete the account verification and activation process, and we'll be going over that as well. An account may have a locked status if the user makes 3 failed attempts at logging into the TrustLineWebApp, and we'll show you what that looks like. Also, these passwords will expire after 90 days. That's another reason that an account will be locked. A deleted account is one that's no longer active and usually indicates a user that has left the organization or has their TrustLineWebApp access removed. Some other features of the Security UI site is the ability to sort the list. You can see these icons that you can toggle, and we'll demonstrate that shortly. So first item of order is we're going to create our new TrustLine web app general user. So once again, only a single point of contact has access into the site. Only a single point of contact can create new general users.
We have a question.
Yes.
Is the access account only for counties who are serving as the SPOC, or can an AP be a user?
That is determined by the, we can have an APP be a user, or it can be a county. It's going to vary from county to county, and counties may have assigned a APP.
Does that help answer the question? Okay, thank you.
If you can, I would just recommend holding off on questions until Non finishes the main presentation, and we will gladly answer questions then too.
So proceeding on, this is the screen you'll see when you create a new TrustLine web app user. There are a number of fields that need to be filled out. For the username, we are asking that the full email address of the user be used. So for instance, we're going to create a test user, test.user at dss.ca.gov for testing purposes for this training. The pending status can be left alone, the date created and last activity date. They're going to default to today's date. The email address will also change to match the username. In this case, we don't want this particular email address because it doesn't really exist. And you can't send a temporary password to this user. So what we'll want to do is actually send it to ourselves in this case. The user type will be data entry. You'll see two selections, but generally data entry will be the default choice. If you accidentally select the reports option, there's no harm. It's a little bit more restrictive. Users that have the reports user type, they won't be able to view quite as much information from the TrustLine web app, and usually it's reserved for developers to use. As a single point of contact, it's best for you to just set it to data entry. The generate random password option, we're going to keep that checked. And what that means is once you finish creating your new account, it's going to send a temporary password to the user. For the email user option, we're going to set it at its default so that it sends that temporary password immediately. And then we just hit create user. And as the message indicates, the user was created successfully. What we expect to happen is the user will receive a new welcome email. And it will look just like what you see on screen. They have a new user account. This is their email as well as their username. They also received a temporary password. But the first thing they have to do is they have to activate their user account. And they do so using the link at the end. By clicking the link, it will take you to a site called Identity Portal so that you can activate your new account. As indicated, just by clicking on that link, the account has been successfully activated. Your next option is to change your temporary password to something that a new password that only you will know. So we're going to click this option with the key icon. There are some rules that you must abide by when creating your new password. We also need to enter the temporary password that was sent in our email. So we go back to that, and you can copy paste it. And then set your new password. And then we click the change password button. And it indicates that our new password was accepted and saved. And we can then use this button to go to the TrustLine web app. So after changing our password, we can now try to log in with our username and our new password. And as you can see, we're able to enter the TrustLine web app successfully. Now we also want to mention that for all user accounts, passwords will expire after 90 days. And once again, if a user fails to log in after 3 attempts, then their account will most likely be locked. So after we created our new user account, if you use this refresh button back on the security UI page, then the single point of contact will see a new user account. And that's the one that we just created. It looks like that one's not showing up yet. And this is usually an indication that the single point of contact account that we're logged in as, it's specifically viewing new users that are under its county area. So in this case, if you don't see any of the new users that you create, you can always contact the help desk, and we'll be sending out a revised user manual with that information. Now, if you give us just a moment, please, we're going to log in. We're going to log back into Security UI, but we're going to use a different single point of contact account, one that can view more of the user accounts. For training purposes, we are logging in as a developer. And this is just so we can demonstrate what a single point of contact normally would see for their list of general users. Now, there are many user accounts that exist in our test environment. And we wanted to demonstrate you can change the view by toggling the buttons on the right. Sometimes you might prefer to see them in a list form, and that's what we're doing now. The accounts are color coded, so these yellow ones indicate these accounts are pending, which means they're brand new accounts that have not been activated yet. You'll also see red accounts that are locked, either because the password expired or someone failed to log in after 3 attempts. Now, a single point of contact can unlock these user accounts through the Security UI portal, and you do so simply by clicking the Unlock Account. And then you confirm that you want to unlock this user's account. And then we can close out of that prompt. If users need help resetting their passwords, then the single point of contact can also do that as well. But before we reset someone's password, I just wanted to show that we originally tried to unlock David's account, but it still shows that it's locked. So what we need to do is go up to the top and we hit this refresh icon. And now when we go back down, David's account is no longer in red. We managed to unlock the account for him. Now, to reset a password, you can use the Show More Details button for this user, for instance. And there's a Reset Password option. If you click this, then you'll see a prompt to reset their password. What happens is they'll receive a new temporary password sent to their email inbox. Now, users themselves also have the option to unlock their own accounts and reset their own passwords. And we will show you that right here. So this is our user, Caden Wang, that we just created earlier in the training. His status is active, but we're going to change him to a locked user. Normally, as a single point of contact, you wouldn't change someone to a locked user. This is more for demonstration purposes. We want to show that the users themselves, they have the option to unlock their own account, and they have the option to reset their own password. So if Caden had tried to log into the TrustLineWebApp, it would redirect him to Identity Portal, and he'll have to check his access code. The reason for this is his account has been locked. He goes and checks his user inbox, gets the new access code, and enters that in. From inside Identity Portal, you'll notice now the general user has the option to unlock their TrustLineWebApp account simply by clicking the padlock and confirming that you want to unlock the account. Once the account is unlocked, They can reset their password just as they did when they activated their account. And you would go through the same steps, copy paste your temporary password that you received in the email, and then you can set your new password. So once again, general users, they have the option to unlock their own accounts, reset their own passwords. If they experience difficulty, they can always contact the single point of contact. The single point of contact through Security UI is able to unlock accounts and also help reset passwords. And we just want to also mention that when your account is locked, you typically do not receive any notification. You'll know that your account is locked when you try to log into the TrustLine web app, and the application will just redirect you to Identity Portal. Now we are relying on single point of contact to triage user account issues. Some items to be aware of are the Security UI portal and Identity Portal. Features work best with Internet Explorer 9.0 or above. Issues have been observed if a user is on Internet Explorer 8. In those cases, it is recommended to have the user install and use alternative browsers such as Google Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. Sometimes a user will not receive the necessary access code in their inbox. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for it to show up. We recommend that the user check their spam folder to make sure it wasn't diverted there. If the user still cannot locate the access code, then they can contact their single point of contact and ask to speak with a local IT team, or have the single point of contact get in touch with the help desk, which we'll be sending out the contact information for in the revised user manual.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is the Identity Portal only used for initial account creations or when a user is locked?
That's a great question, and that is true. General users will only be directed to Identity Portal upon their initial account creation to activate it. And yes, if they are locked or if they want to reset their own password, they can actually go to Identity Portal directly as well. And we'll send out the link in the user manual. So this is the login page for Identity Portal. So either the application will redirect you there because you're a brand new user, or your account has been locked, or if you just feel like you'd like to reset your password, you can always go to Identity Portal directly. And you may be directed there from the TrustLineWebApp login page. If you forget your password, there's a link. And we'll show that in a moment. Okay, it looks like we're having trouble getting to the TrustLine web app page, but it should be. In just a moment, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We're resetting the password so we can demonstrate the link that you can use to get back to the TrustLine web app. The link wasn't available probably because we had not reset our password yet. So what we're trying to show is back on the TrustLine login page. If you forget your password, or you just feel a need to reset it, then clicking this link will take you back to Identity Portal's login page, and then you can log in through there. So we want to thank everyone for participating in today's webinar and open it up for additional questions.
That initial question that was asked, what it was APPs. What was the initial question?
Is the access account only for counties who are serving as the SPOC, or can an AP be a user?
Actually, can you repeat that and unmute yourself? Because the microphone over here won't really pick that up.
So the initial question we did have was, is the access
account only for counties who are serving as the SPOC, or can an AP be a user?
Go ahead.
And actually, I'm going to ask Dora if she could help answer that question. And Dora, if you wouldn't mind typing in your answer, and then Tammy, you can read it back.
We can unmute her.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to unmute her right now. Thank you. All right, Adora. Dora, if you could answer that question verbally, that'd be great. If you can't answer it verbally, go ahead and put it in the question box and we can share with everybody.
And Stephanie mentioned she can't hear the questions.
Yeah, well, I think we took care of that. You just have to unmute the laptop that you're speaking at. Adora, we haven't heard you back yet, and I haven't seen response back in the question box. So I'm going to go ahead and mute her right now, and then if she responds back in written form, then we can capture that. So was there another question?
No other questions?
Not so far. Let's see.
Cindy. Okay.
It says, hi, it's Cindy Mall. The network is the...
Yeah, she says, hi, it's Cindy Mall. The network is the SPOC, single point of contact for all the resource and referral agencies. And I understand that, and then continues on with Cindy Antazana. I understand that the R&R network will be the single point of contact for alternative payment programs. And Ryan says AP programs. All right.